So hi, welcome to Good Noise Podcast. We're here with Sparrow Heart Records. We're going to ask them some questions today. I'm going to start. What inspired you to start the label?
I've been a part of the music scene since I was like 13. I'm like 34 now, so agent and all that. And basically, like when I got like late 20s, it was really hard to keep a band. Like it's kind of it's a young person kind of thing, guys my age, having kids, having jobs, having families and stuff. It's really hard to do. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of my way of being a part of the scene and still be able to like make music and do stuff and interact with bands, but have something a little bit different. Like now I can kind of, I put out, my friends, they put out music. I'm like, hey, well, we'll put it out for you, things like that. So it allows me to do something without having to rely on a million other guys in a band and do stuff like that. So it kind of gives me an opportunity to kind of show younger bands, be like, hey, this is how you do things. This is like the things that I've had success with, whether it's, just talking about touring, whether it's about, putting on shows, putting out music, whatever it may be and stuff. And to kind of be able to do that as opposed to, just being in a band and, seeing other bands for a couple hours every couple weeks or playing a show.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Solid. Is it stressful managing or working with a lot of different bands?
The biggest stress really is in dealing with people and just kind of keeping deadlines. Like, typically, like, we're a small label. Like, I'm really flexible. I do most of the stuff myself anyway. Like, whether it's, if a band needs mixing, mastering, whatever, like, I do it all myself, typically.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
I do have some friends and stuff that hook me up with, like, artwork and stuff, which really helps out because that's not my thing. And I always kind of tell bands, like, who work with me, like, if you guys want to do artwork yourself, that's awesome. If you don't want to, like, I have a list of people that are really awesome, that are really cheap, that work really well with other bands and stuff. But typically it's just kind of the deadline thing. Everything kind of happens. Like with everything going on, we had a couple releases that have not been pushed back until I don't even know when, because bands haven't been able to get into the studio, haven't been able to, get their mixes back.
Yeah.
Like we had a couple planned releases for like May and June, which now I don't even know when we're gonna put them out because bands just literally can't get into a studio to record stuff.
Yeah.
So kind of the biggest issue as far as that goes is kind of just dealing with deadlines and stuff. And like I said, we're not putting out huge acts, so it's not like we have to let people know months down the line, okay, we have a release for July 18th, this is what's going on. So that gives us a lot of freedom as far as that goes. But that's kind of the biggest thing, is just making sure bands are sticking to deadlines and stuff. And life happens, so that's kind of the cool thing about being a smaller label is typically we can work around things.
Yeah.
The bands we were supposed to work with, they sent us a message and was like, hey, we can't get in the studio. Like they had it all booked, like everything was supposed to be booked, and like in May, like they had everything all set. And I was like, things are going on. Like that's all right. We can push things back. We can sit on this release and just push it back when you guys are able to. Then we'll go through and do everything. Which is a benefit that we have being a smaller label.
Yep.
Yeah. That's very nice of you.
Yeah. So since we're all stuck inside, what bands have you been listening to lately?
I listen to a lot of the same stuff. Like typically my Spotify playlist is just kind of, on repeat.
I get that.
Because there's been a lot of new releases out that I've been able to check out, which with having so much downtime, it's just kind of going through and, giving people a shot, checking out people's playlists, which has been nice because I get a lot of friends who have been making kind of like little playlists and stuff. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to give this a shot and just listen to it, whether it's just putting it on while I'm, doing chores around the house or whatever. Mm-hmm. Typically I go back to kind of like the same kind of stuff. It's, it goes from like really like noisy, loud, like Pig Destroyer grindcore to like very singer-songwriter kind of stuff. Like my one of my good friends, we were talking the other day about just kind of releases and stuff, and we're kind of going through because it's his name's Keith and stuff, and we're able to talk. We share a lot of the same kind of musical influences and stuff. So it's, hey, have you checked this release out? Hey, have you checked out Bandcamp because this guy released something new? And so we're always kind of like giving each other new bands and stuff. And so that's kind of a cool thing. And like with everything going on with the pandemic and stuff, people have been releasing a ton of music. So that's really awesome. Yeah. Like I have a whole bunch of friends that I work with and stuff. So like going through and listening to, compilations that they've been putting out and stuff, like there's been a ton of really awesome stuff. But really I come back to like the whole steady Gaslight Anthem. Those are stuff that I listen to like daily. Just kind of putting it on because it's stuff that I know, it's stuff that, inspires me. That it's really fun to kind of listen to. But it ranges, like the last couple of days I've been kind of like in a hip hop mood, just with everything going on. Just, like listening to stuff. Like I love all the Doomtree stuff, which I've just been cranking and annoying everybody around the house for days now.
Solid. Yeah. That's a good wide range. Yeah, that's awesome. So, how do you choose the bands you want to work with or manage?
Typically, it's bands that I know, bands that I'm friends with. Like 9 out of 10, it's like somebody like, hey, let's send a message, be like, hey, we're a band, check us out, whatever. I'll check them out, and I kind of lay it out, the guidelines of what the label is. Like, we give 100% of profits to the artists. We don't keep anything. Artists keep all of their music. That's theirs. Like, I don't want it. I want to literally just help people get music out. If I could doing something, that's what I want to do. So a lot of it's friends, and then a lot of it is just if I dig the music, I have a wide range of music that I like. If I dig it, then I'm like, why would I not want to put this out? You know what I mean? Like we're a small label. We don't have a big following. Everything we put out is free. If people, we make a lot of money just for people buying an album because they're able to put in if they want to pay $1 for it, if they want to pay $10 for it. Like that's how all of our bands make their money. We try to hook them up with merch as much as possible. Designing stuff, t-shirts, whatever. We're slowly kind of hopefully getting into physical stuff like CDs and tapes and stuff. We've got a couple things we're working on as far as that goes, which would be really awesome because bands can actually sell stuff as opposed to just kind of digitally, because digitally is awesome, but I'm a guy, I like physical stuff. I like having, like being able to look at the artwork and stuff.
Yeah, same.
Not a big thing, but that's a huge kind of money kind of taker. Like it costs so much, especially like now to put out stuff. Like it's gotten so much easier to put out CDs, but the price has gone up so much. It's a pain. So we're working on that slowly. But that's kind of the biggest thing is I put out music that I like. We our label is, we put out dark wave stuff. We put out acoustic stuff, country stuff. We have grindcore stuff. We kind of run the gamut. So if I like it, I want to put it out. If and I tell bands that all the time. Like if I get a message from them, like if you don't want to work with us, that's awesome. Send me a link to your stuff. I'm gonna put that out there. I'm gonna tell everybody else, hey, check out this song, which I try to do all the time. Like I have a lot of friends that we don't work with as a label, but that I'm a fan of. So I'm like, send me a link to a YouTube video, whatever. Actually, one of my friends just sent me a link to her band's video. They posted it last night and stuff. She just sent me a link, and I'm checking it out and stuff. And I can't wait until she posts that link so I can literally know, hey, check out this awesome song, this awesome band.
Yeah.
And I try to do that because like the music scene's small. It's insanely hard to get recognized unless you're kind of a certain type of band or a certain type of artist.
Yeah.
So anything that I can do, like it takes 5 seconds to send a message to somebody or to put a link to something. Like it's so quick and easy. Like why not do that?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Again, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I saw that you're working on a compilation for like the Black Lives Matter movement and whatnot. What can you tell us about that?
So my friend, she kind of had a little post, whatever, about just putting out a comp, whatever, and I was like, that's awesome. I love compilations. I grew up late 90s where like seemingly every label had a compilation. Punkorama, BBYO had their stuff. Now that was what I grew up on. I had no money, so I was like, I can spend $5 for a compilation, get like 40 bands. This is great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Huge fan. Like that's kind of my thing. So I was like, if we can do anything, please let me know. So in talking to her, it was like, hey, do you want to help do this? So I was like, hell yes. So we've got like, I want to say I've gotten like 10 or 15 band submissions right now. We have about 10 bands on our roster that are doing either special songs for the compilation or that are giving us some track they haven't put out. And I know she's talked to like 15 or 20 people that are putting out stuff. They're going to be sending me stuff. I mean, so right now we're at like 30, 40 tracks, which
wow.
The more the merrier. Like it's going to be free. All the benefits go to, well, it was going to be the Minnesota Freedom Fund, but they just posted like today, whatever, that they are just getting an overwhelming amount of donations.
Oh my God.
So they are actually telling people to go to someone like the bail funds. And I think it was Hate 56 had a whole list of different cities that have like bail funds and stuff. So I sent that to her. So I think that might be what it's going to be going to now. Just because I mean, like, if people are turning away money, like obviously they're getting some decent money.
Yeah.
If support some of the other places that aren't getting that, kind of stuff. Like, however it's going to work best, really. She's doing kind of all of that stuff. Like, that's kind of her thing. We're just basically kind of getting bands together because I have the means to do that. So we're doing that. But yeah, it's been really awesome. We've got some really cool people that are being a part of it right now. As far as smaller bands, we're in talks with some of the bigger artists that I know, and stuff. And I know, like, there's been a lot of people that have been kind of getting the word out. Sleeping Village is an awesome music site. They review a ton of music and post a ton of music. They've been really, really awesome with helping us out. They've been kind of retweeting stuff. They had like Instagram posts and doing that kind of stuff to get the word out as well. Because basically, I'm like, as many bands as humanly possible. Like, I don't care if we have 10. I don't care if we have 1,000. Because the more people it gathers, the more money it helps to bring in. So I'm like, if it means I do an extra hour just uploading songs, I don't care. Like, I've got nothing else to do. I've got nothing else when I'm not working right now. So, like, bring on the music. Bring on everything else that's going with that. Yeah. So it's been really awesome. I was calling it Fuck Cops Compilation, which apparently which people. So we've changed that title. That was literally just a kind of a working title. I was like, it has some nice rings to it. But in getting into some arguments with a couple people in the last couple of days, I'm like, perhaps that's not the best title. So we talked about it, and so basically it's going to be called Protest Songs.
Okay.
Against police brutality. Which, I was like, not quite the same ring to it, but it's a little bit on the eyes and ears.
Yeah.
Doesn't cause quite the stir that I was getting yesterday. So that's what it is, and it comes out June 19th. I'm accepting any submissions until June 18th, because basically I'm going to work on it probably just until like the hour before we put it out, just to get everything all set. She's doing all the artwork and stuff because that's kind of her thing. She's an amazing artist and stuff, so she's going to be getting that all together. And basically having any bands, any artists, I don't care what genre it is, like, we have everything. We have drone stuff, we have, heavy metal, we have grind, we have punk, everything. We already like submitted. And so the list is just going to keep growing. Any kind of song. So I don't care if it's a demo, I don't care if it's live, I don't care if it's released, unreleased, a cover, it doesn't matter. Yeah. We're putting it out. So I'm just having everybody send me the songs via email to sparrowheartrecords at gmail.com. And so, yeah, we're just putting that out. And like, so far we've gotten a lot of really awesome feedback and a lot of awesome bands and artists that have been sending in stuff. And like, I haven't heard of like half these bands that are sending me stuff. Like, I don't even know where they're seeing it, but I'm like, this is awesome. Like, make sure I email thanking them for the song and stuff. And that's going to be the other thing, is sending out like a mass reply email to all the bands stuff before it releases and stuff, giving them, make sure they have the link and stuff so they can, post stuff on their social media so they can check it out and, tell all their friends and family too.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's exciting. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah. I'm really happy for that.
It really is. And plus it gives me like all this new music to listen to. So I'm like, literally the last couple of days, I've just been like banging out like all these songs, just listening to stuff. I'm like, this is great. Like I get to listen to music that most people haven't heard because it's like, either brand new stuff or stuff that hasn't come out yet. I'm like, I'll take this, every day.
Yeah. Awesome. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
So, because you're having so much fun making this compilation, are you considering making another one sometime in the future?
It's funny. In the last couple of years, I've done a couple projects like this, basically raising money for different charities and stuff that have been outside of Sparrow Heart before Sparrow Heart was even created. Really like that. Like, ended up raising quite a bit of money and stuff. So I think, this is kind of the first time that Sparrow Heart has put out a compilation like this. And I'm really kind of interested to see how it goes and how it grows. And I would love to do like maybe like 2 a year, because that's kind of what I was doing before. Like one kind of spring and like one fall, kind of spacing out a little bit and stuff. Basically, it's for now. This just kind of came up with everything going on. Like, I was like, this is a great time for something like this. If we can raise money, that's even better. And, not just all the negative stuff, promoting good stuff that can come out of this. Like seeing and hearing all these songs that have come out of this, I'm like, oh shit, there is like a silver lining to this.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a cool thing. So I'm hoping, maybe another, 4, 5, 6 months, whatever, that we'll have another reason to put out a compilation that's not a horrible reason, like what's going on.
Yeah.
maybe just, do something on a smaller scale, like I said, helping out, charities, little something like that, even if it's a local thing going on. It would be really nice to do that like twice a year would be awesome.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Yeah.
So for the last couple questions, we're going to shift away from the label and go straight to death row. So if you were on death row, what would your last meal be and why?
With a drink.
Wow. All right. So I got heavy real quick.
Yeah.
It did. That's the point.
A big pizza guy.
Okay.
I would pick pizza over anything else. But I'm really picky about my pizza. So I'm not quite sure how that would work out. Because I'm like, I don't want to have a shitty pizza be my last meal. Like that's
exactly.
So maybe just go with something really easy, like some chicken Alfredo or something, like where it's going to screw up. It's going to be a big meal. Like I could probably get behind that. Probably chicken Alfredo with a really big glass of like chocolate milk would be pretty awesome.
Ooh, right. Chocolate milk. Okay. I haven't heard chocolate milk yet, so
I love chocolate milk. What can I say? It's kind of a daily thing. As well as Alfredo, since I haven't been doing much, I've Alfredo probably like twice a week for like 3 months now, and it's horrible.
Oh, dude, it's fine because Alfredo's delicious. So like,
right?
Exactly. Yeah, so it's fine. It's acceptable. It's fine. So I have the honor of asking the last question, and a lot of people say it's the most important question. What is your favorite color?
Color? Oh man, I wear a lot of black. Being a bigger guy, black is kind of always works, and banties are literally always in black. So like I wear a lot of black. As for my favorite color though, I would probably go like maroon. I like
maroon.
Maroon. Actually, where I went to school, high school, that was our, and I was like, I always kind of been surrounded by that with having family that went to the same school and stuff. I'm like, it's a cool color, it's because you can kind of use it for most things. Like most things look good in that color. I'm gonna go with that instead of going with black, which would be an overall choice because 9 times out of 10 I'm wearing something black.
Okay, all right. So as Gloria said, that's all the questions we have. Is there anything you would like to plug?
Just the compilation that comes out. Anybody that is interested, any bands, like I said, I don't care if you're a one-man band. I don't care if you've got 72 members. I don't care what genre it is. Send me something. If you want to be a part of this, we're accepting any and all submissions. I've tried to even tell people, even if the song isn't well produced, like something I can work on. Like I have the stuff to make a song sound a little bit better than it does. We'll mix it, I'll master it, whatever, no charge. We're putting it out, so I would much rather have the song sound as good as possible. Which I had a couple people kind of talk to me about and saying, hey, can we, I have a song, but it's not in the best shape. Can you do something with it? I'm like, yeah, send it to me. I have no problem, spending a couple hours getting stuff sounding so it sounds like it goes with every song on the compilation. I don't want 88 songs to sound really good and then one song to be like, well, this crap, this So asking anybody and everybody that wants to be a part of it, please send a song. Like I said, Sparrow Heart Records at gmail.com. Just send me a message, even if you have any questions. You know what I mean? I'm happy to answer questions, about whatever. And that's really it, because that's like the biggest thing we've got coming up. I've put off all our releases that we're planned for June. All the money that we're raising in June and probably in July, because the compilation comes out towards the end of June. Are going to be donating. So anytime that anybody goes to the Bandcamp, like I said, all the songs are free anyway. All the albums are always free. Whatever you want to put in, that the money is going to, one of the causes. Like I said, it was the Minnesota Freedom Fund, but I think that might be changing as opposed to what it was because of their messages a little bit earlier today about being just overwhelmed. I am working with Tessa, who was kind of the creator of this whole thing, to where the money is actually going, what funds need it the most. Which in the next couple of weeks is probably going to be a fluid situation, but they are going to be donated to some place that actually needs it, some place that is supporting everything that is going on, is actually going to be getting the money to the people that actually need it, not just, keeping it or, just putting it to random things. Like I would go to somebody who is actually in need, whether it's bailouts who have had, a family member die, family, with everything going on, people need money. People have things going on. So I would much rather the money go to somebody who needs it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I respect it.
Yeah, definitely.
So thank you for sitting down with us. This has been Sparrow Heart Records, and we're the Good Noise Podcast.